Live in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome back. We have a new setup. Unfortunately, as gorgeous of a facility as it is, and with as many hometown fans as we have, the only lacking facility was the electricity on field. So we were able to run on battery for game 1, made it through the whole thing, thankfully, but game 2 and 3, it looks like we're going to be going back to classic 2018 Quidditch.
Yeah, a long time fixture in the Quidditch community, the phone camera. But yeah, as a backup option, it'll do the trick. And we're happy to be able to bring you games 2 and 3 here of a really exciting series.
Yep, teams are finishing their chants, getting their starting lineups, and heading out to the starting lines. Head ref Nick Jablonski taking the field, setting the balls up, and we're ready for game 2.
Camera's on 20% already, so I don't know what it started at.
I have an iPhone charger in my
I've got one here, but I'm just gonna have to.
So yes, yeah,
Should I do it
exactly.
now?
No, we run it as maybe 5.
I don't know how I'll see.
Uh,
For 10.
Oh, really? Okay, yeah. At 10, then we can.
Ask Nick right now.
Yeah. Sorry about that. Just clearing up some of the tech. Okay. We have contingency plans on contingency plans. The the transitions we're gonna make probably. I mean, it's not going to rival some of the defensive and offensive transitions we see on the field, but we're going to do our best.
We're going to do our best and hopefully bring you these matches as Indianapolis and Minneapolis line up. For Indy, it's going to be a starting beater pair of Matt Brown and Danny Yakub. In the chaser game, it's going to be Kennedy Murphy, Cole Collins, Ben Peachy, and Monica Marion. For Minneapolis, in the beating game, it's going to be Nicole Nelson and Nathan Podolsky, speedier beaters for Minneapolis today. And in the chaser game, Max Meyer, Mike Devine, Cassandra Evans, and I think Terry Carlson.
It is, Terry Carlson. Brooms up. Minneapolis winning bludger control in game 1. But in game 2, it falls the way of Indianapolis and the Quaffle as well. This left side of the pitch favoring for both teams here. Home field advantage may be playing a role if Minneapolis gets left side game 3.
Yeah, as Murphy swings back to Peachy, who...
Peachy takes it looked like a pass, I think. Carlson able to disrupt it a little bit and stop the timing, but Devine getting beat there. Perhaps opening up a lane, but Indianapolis waiting for Peachy to tag in as well. Murphy working left side, gets it to the top of the key.
Brown beats out the point defender.
Indianapolis with bludger control, opening up everything. Pass behind, Peachy looks for the shot. Great defensive effort by Devine.
Yeah, that's an outstanding rotation from Devine. Minneapolis showing that their rotations are on the mark too.
0-0, still the score. Podolsky with the bludger. Minneapolis looking to get control. Quaffle game is able to land the beat on Yakub. The Quaffle gets passed back. They still have possession. Oh, the pass is just too tall over Devine. That's tough to do. Is able to get up there pretty far, but it's a game of inches.
Yeah, and Indy's got to see that they have a no bludger situation here. Peachy looking for Murphy, but Meyer swats it out of the way. Murphy recovers. Can she finish?
Oh, pump fake. Red red on the side of the defensive end. A team effort there defensively. Murphy looking for one of those trademark windmill pump fakes into the short hop in the small hoop, but does not convert. Maybe the scouting paying off here for Minneapolis.
Yeah, and it's a missed opportunity for Indy with bludger control, a no bludger situation, but unable to convert in transition, just a little slow to recognize the opportunity.
Minneapolis once again looking for bludger control. Nicole Nelson as the free beater looking for the shot by Max Meyer a bit wide. Devine finds it. Shot is no good, just wide. The best offensive look that Minneapolis has seen thus far.
Yeah, but really good defense from Indy to close down the hoops. That's been a theme so far in game 2.
Cole looking for the lane. Cole Collins. Pick is made. Monica Marion opening up the lane. Collins sails it wide.
Yeah, shot just doesn't fall, but again, there was a big window there as Nelson was scrambling to get the bludger back to Podolski, and Podolski didn't field it cleanly originally, and Collins just wasn't quite able to get in. This Indianapolis chaser line looks tired.
Yeah, but the beater line now revitalized with Avincula on the defensive end, assisting Matthew Brown. Minneapolis has not had bludger control the entire game. And it looks like they're a bit uncomfortable. No reset made. Matthew Brown, trade beat though. This is Max Meyer's opportunity. Does get the pump fake in the middle. Hoop is open.
Oh.
Tie game 10-10.
What a beautiful play from Max Meyer, just dancing through the defense there. That's what he does best. Just a trademark play from Max Meyer, the 2019 North Division MVP.
Dang. Pulling up the stats right off the top of the head, not even written down. I'm looking at your notes. An encyclopedia I'm sitting next to. All right.
What can I say?
Horsham.
He hasn't scored yet.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's
oh, sorry. 10-0. Excuse me, not tied up. 10-0. Oh, you're right. It missed. Yeah.
so many of them just almost.
Yeah. All right. So, excuse me. We were incorrect. It's 10-0.
Yeah, Indy's still looking to get on the board. Miller had an opening. I believe the refs are discussing whether the shot went in before a beat.
Indianapolis holding bludger control for the majority of this game. I think actually just the whole game. No goal. So still 0. Oh, goal
is
good.
good.
Excuse me. 10-10. I saw into the future. In fact, it was a tie game.
Yeah.
No. Bludger control the entire game thus far. On the side of the Indianapolis intensity and holding even. Yes, you're happy about the bludger game, but the offensive end barely missing some of these shots. Some of the things that typically fall not. Indianapolis, if they can get out of this funk and still maintain this bludger game, then that's where they're going to really shine.
And Morawick flying around the pitch. Walters looking to recover, but O'Banner is going to get the quaffle behind the hoops.
Behind the hoop, yeah. It's Devine clearing the path in the middle hoop, presents itself, and O'Banner obliges.
Yeah, Indianapolis was looking to get aggressive and try to force the turnover. They just weren't able to get out there in time, and the Monarchs made them pay.
All right, 10-20, Max Meyer on the defensive end. This is Allison Manzella. Offensively not able to handle the pressure from this Minneapolis squad. I mean, even if she's able to shake the tackle, though, I mean, Podolski there with the bludger able to create the turnover thereafter.
Yeah,
Max Meyer, such a great play.
Yeah, just a ton of energy coming from the Minneapolis defense, coming from the Minneapolis bench. They're excited and hyped up for this game as some new players check in. Matthew Bassard and Emma
Gracie
Persons.
Johnson, this is her first action of the pitch.
Yeah.
Bassard, same thing. I mean, this Minneapolis squad seems so deep, and Bassard shows us why. Running through the defense against two bludgers and getting the score.
Wow, that was pretty impressive from Matthew Bassard. Not many players in the North Division can do that. Tyler Piper now trying to go the other way.
Oh.
Just sails the shot. Just a little off today
Yep.
from Piper on the shots. Hopefully
Just-
he'll find his mark
Indianapolis-
as the series progresses.
It's a tale of two sides here. I mean, the beater game, we asked them to step up here in game 2, and they've done that and then some. They've had control the whole time. They've utilized it somewhat on offense. It just seems a little disjointed. The Chasers, not quite in the groove that we saw them in game 1.
Yeah, the coordination is just a little lacking right now from Indy between their beaters and their chasers as they try to figure out how to force a bludger turnover from Narveson here.
Yep. Narveson on offense. No Bludger contact. The pass by O'Banner to no one does go out of bounds. That's a forfeited possession and nothing gained in the Bludger game as well. Horsham taking the ball back up and is going to sub out as I say so. 10-30. 10-30, Minneapolis in the lead. Matthew Brown with the Bludger. Opposite of Brown, Jim Richard on the far end. Advincula now subbing in at chaser.
And
Mary
Peachy is
Owen.
beat out. That's a great play from Narveson. Really threw off the Indianapolis offense last time, sending Peachy back to the hoops early in his shift. They do the same thing here.
Owen, Murphy, and Advincula working the top side while Peachy is able to tag up and get back in. They do get into the middle of the defense. Peachy on the backside. That's exactly where they like it. The shot is wide, and the putback is too. This is Bassard on the other end. Bludger behind. Great job by the bench here on Minneapolis to alert Bassard of the play. Another shot wide. O'Banner. Indianapolis with Bludger control. Narveson behind the play, though, has to throw the Bludger back to Gracie Johnson and is beat. Now it's no Bludgers. Murphy looking for the option. Does find Advincula. Advincula on the front side. Peachy on the back. The shot is good. Goaltend technical if it wasn't good all the way anyway. Now O'Banner makes an athletic play on the other side. A fast break score. Yes, you got the goal on my side, but it's going back the other way.
Yeah, I believe the refs are going to discuss it. That's a real demoralizing play for India's. On the other end, Matt Brown was just screaming at the chasers to go as he had created a no Bludger opportunity, and yet Minneapolis was able to hit them back on the counter in the other direction.
Score right now, 40 Minneapolis, 20 Indianapolis. Awaiting confirmation of a call. When we find out, you will.
Looks like the Monarchs have regained Bludger control at the end of the play, although I think they're just switching a broom now. The refs are discussing the Bludger game as Indy beater captain Danny Yakub stepping in to discuss with the refs.
We should go up. Transition now. All right. All right, confirmation. Indianapolis 20, Minneapolis 40. A lot of action. I mean, it almost feels like snitch on pitch with the last minute of play.
Yeah, no, definitely some back and forth Quidditch right now.
All right. Murphy bringing up the ball for Indianapolis. Very comfortable. I mean, this is Murphy from last year to this year, improving a lot in the confidence offensively for this Indianapolis Intensity team, and it's showing here. Peachy getting brought down. That's a beautiful stop by Cam Drops, and he does exactly that on the defensive end to the Intensity.
Yeah, really great tackle from Cam Drops. Minneapolis just bringing the physicality here today.
.40-20 still, Minneapolis up. Persons bringing up the ball, the pass behind to Swesson. Back to the top. Gracie Johnson with the bludger. Cody Narveson as well on the opposite end, looking for a pincer. Defensively, it's Jim Richard disrupting the offensive play. Now we've got an opportunity. Persons now with the quaffle, back to Swesson, but it's a great play by, Richard on the defensive end for Indianapolis.
Yeah, Cody Narveson was camping out deep in the Indianapolis zone there, but the Indy Beaters were able to hold him off and keep bludger control for their team as Linnea Schultz and Danny Yakub check into the game for the intensity.
Yeah, Walter is subbing in at keeper as well. Monica Marion on the close side. Bludger control still on the side of Indianapolis intensity, but down by 20. Gracie Johnson, misbeat. This is a no bludger opportunity. Walters recognizing the play, is able to make one miss. The second one, shot is good. The hoop was turned, opening up an opportunity, it seems.
And that's exactly what Indianapolis needed. A chaser to come into the game, break a tackle, and get to the hoops to score a goal. That's a huge jolt of energy that Todd Walters just provided with the green headband on.
All right, Nick Jablonski perhaps issuing a warning to the defense of Minneapolis for obstructing the hoop. I want to be really close to the camera whenever we're talking. Goal is good. 30 Indianapolis, 40 Minneapolis. As we're going to have another audio change here shortly. We are transitioning from mics to battery, so you're going to hear us on the phone. Yeah, actually, okay, you're good.
Yeah,
We're going to run the camera so that we can be close.
Yeah.
It's charging.
I'll hold up these as best I can for us.
I'm just doing my best to
Yeah, dude, you're great. You're great.
No, thank you so
Pretty
much.
wide
So,
angle.
Yeah, I
take
appreciate
that.
it.
I can.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Is this yours?
No. So are you guys gonna?
Yeah, he'll turn it just so that we can be close. Yeah. I don't know. It depends on if power.
But thank you so much.
10 seconds, back to room. 10 seconds, back to room.
All right.
Do I just? Sunburns.
Yeah.
Under the shade.
TJ! Why was it on my whistle?
All right, Minneapolis now with the ball up by 10. It is 30-40. Cavante Johnson checking into the game. Cam drops in Cavante at the top of the key. Persons as well on the other side. This is Minneapolis looking for their first taste of bludger control this game, and they get it. Gracie Johnson and Cody Narveson creating no bludgers for the offensive end. Johnson now looking for the opportunity. It's dropped, bringing down the hammer on the medium-sized hoop.
And really good ball movement from the Minneapolis Monarchs just to withstand some of the beats and stay in the play, and keep the quaffle alive and find the open hoop.
I mean, you could hear how much that meant to the sideline of this Minneapolis team. Yes, now they're up by 20, but there were moments here. This is the first bludger control that they've had all game. This is the breaking that kind of the drought that they felt in the last few minutes, and a big momentum swing, honestly.
Yeah, as the Monarchs try to hold this lead with Walters and Horcham circulating the quaffle back and forth.
Merriam and Schultz on the offensive end as well. Oh, the shot is good. Tyler Piper, I think it was a pass. He throws up the fist bump like it's intentional, and you have to, but a great shot falls.
Yeah, there it is from Piper. He's been trying to find that shot all day, and there it is. If he can start hitting that, that's a different story for this Indianapolis intensity offense.
10-goal game, 40-50. Indianapolis 40, Minneapolis 50. Terry Carlson checking into the game. One bludger situation. Johnson on the far side away from the other bludger, and he gets it despite a late dismount from Horsham, just looking to create the block, but the hand placement's there. You just can't do it after it crosses.
Yeah, great job by Cavante Johnson to fight through that tackle. Big tackle from Tad Walters, the keeper, and finish at the hoops. The score is 60-40 Minneapolis here.
Ali Manzella bringing up the ball with Cole Collins. Behind the hoops, Peachy. Exactly where they like him. Manzella now. Looking for holes in the defense. This is an opportunity for Indianapolis to find something on the beater game, and they do. This is Dustin Minnick creating bludger control by himself on the offensive end. Good pass to Manzella. Peachy. The shot is no good. Great defensive effort there by Majeski, as it's Terry Carlson picking up the quaffle. Going back the other way, though. Meyer on the far side. Carlson with the quaffle takes it into the hoop, up by 20 now.
Yeah, end-to-end stuff there. So much to talk about. First, Dustin Minnick, the Ball State product, forcing the bludger turnover. But Gracie Johnson just all over that pass from Manzella to Peachy. And ultimately, Terry Carlson reprising his role from game one, going coast to coast and finishing around the hoops.
40-70 here, favoring Minneapolis. Dustin Minnick with a pretty crafty play, but just barely got beat while scoop beating the defensive end. It's just you get a lot further to run whenever you're on offense.
Yeah, Johnson is shading heavily back towards Peachy here in the middle of this Minneapolis 2-2 zone, as there she goes, flies out to Peachy. Peachy throws back to Collins.
Meyer caught on the spin move. Carlson has to come back in, and Ali able to get the pass off. Good contact on the side of Majeski as Indianapolis has to reset. Bludger control still on the side of Minneapolis. They need to create something here.
Yeah, just trying to break down this Minneapolis zone. It's Dustin Minnick catches the bludger from Johnson.
Richard all smiles watching his teammate just roll there. Peachy capitalizes too. A couple quiet plays converting for Indianapolis. It could be what they need.
Yeah, it's Collins to Peachy. The one-handed catch from Peachy, usually advised against, but he makes it work and slots it through the small far hoop.
50-70 here for Indianapolis. Down by 20 against Minneapolis. 15 minutes on the clock. Carlson getting into the defense. The Bludgers having to find Meyer. Carlson on the front side after the missed shot. Great score there. I mean, you've got pressure there from Collins on the defensive end, but when the hoop or whenever you're that close to the hoop, it's either the shot or the contact, and you can't choose.
Yeah, Carlson just so composed for Minneapolis. Checking in the beater game, it's Joshua Zemke and Nicole Nelson beating together, I believe, for the first time.
Yes.
They were able to clear that no bludger opportunity for Carlson to finish.
Yeah, Zemke with a lot of energy here, getting some of the first minutes of the day. Almost gets the catch. Yakub and Maroic able to do a lot with it. Kaylee Fugate maintaining quaffle possession. Indianapolis with a big power play here. Bludger control, quaffle control, and honestly the momentum it feels like right now.
Yeah, Kaylee Fugate wisely taking the reset there as Indianapolis looks to get back into this game.
Murphy to Collins. Collins to Peachy. Backside. That's where you want it. The block, though, is there. Great defensive effort on the side of Minneapolis. Stomez coming up with the block, but you've got more to do. Peachy goes down to Stomez again. A stalwart for this Monarchs.
Down the shot and Peachy on the
Another
same
one! Are you kidding me? Majeski now getting in on the defensive effort. These Monarchs are all over the intensity.
And falls on the quaffle. What a defensive possession from Sydney Stomez, and the home crowd is showing their appreciation right now.
They love it. Meyer now on the fast break. There are no bludgers. Looking for a hoop, gets around one, gets around two, and is able to convert. This crowd is going wild.
And Minneapolis all of a sudden has opened a 4-goal lead 90-50, and Kennedy Murphy is signaling for timeout for the Indianapolis intensity right now.
I mean, momentum is so fickle here. It was all Minneapolis. Yes, the bludger control was on the side of Indy for the first half, but I mean, the goals were going the way of Minneapolis. Then, mid-game, Indianapolis starting to surge. They're getting into the moment or into their stride, but it's Minneapolis now with all of that energy, and it starts on the defensive end, those stops.
Yeah, definitely for them. It's that 2-2 zone that has worked so well for them over the years, with their length, with their athleticism around the hoops, with their willingness to make hits and get in front of an open hoop, throw bodies in the way. They've been exceptional on defense, just so committed. They know their rotations. Beaters are flying out at the right moments. It's just a really impressive display from Minneapolis, and you're exactly right that it's starting all on defense for them.
Ahead of the game, I mean, Narvison was talking about how he felt like the Quaffle side of the ball was very much in their favor for the physicality. I mean, it's something we saw last year in this Minneapolis squad that I think surprised a lot of teams. But, I mean, for a relatively new look squad with some brand new members, some of that Minnesota core stepping in, it's the same Monarchs, perhaps even stronger.
Yeah, definitely. They've this is a really full Minneapolis roster, and in the Chaser game especially. Just from the Detroit series earlier this year, they've added Terry Carlson, they've added Matthew Vissard, they've added Cavante Johnson. Just a reinforced Monarchs chasing core, and it's showing here on both ends of the pitch.
Oh yeah. I mean, Emma Person's really stepping into their own coming into this game from last season, showing a lot of raw talent, and this was the time where it's that confidence in the ball carrying, that composure in the face of a strong defense in Indianapolis, and showing their worth. And I mean, we can't go without mentioning, I mean, the beaters helping a lot there, but Stomez on the defensive end, like where did that come from?
What a series of plays.
Yeah. Marion, Indianapolis with the ball. Marion perhaps looking for the shot.
She might have had it.
Yeah, I think so. Had the pump fake, Terry Carlson in the air a little bit, but Indianapolis now creating no bludgers. Marion to Murphy. Murphy around Max Meyer, but the stop, a bit of contact. Now we're looking the other way. Max Meyer having one beater to beat, and we are stopped. Nick stopping play on the transition. All right, Max Meyer with the ball. The reset appearing to be the play.
Yeah, it won't be called one of the resets that are used because it is a turnover. So Meyer is going to throw back to Carlson, I believe, here.
And does.
Hey, Ted, stay on your feet.
Bludger control for the side of Minneapolis. Joshua Zemke getting some really quality minutes here. Nicole Nelson, the beater partner as well. This duo, like you said, it's the first time that we've seen them today, but they've been extremely effective against this Indianapolis core.
Yeah, it's working for them. They're on a bit of a run as Meyer loops around the back.
Looking for options, is able to shake one tackle, looks for the shot and gets it. A beautiful play. I think Indianapolis thinking it was going to be the pass, but it's the shot that they see.
Yeah, and Zemke fends off Brown and is now pressing. Murphy is going to try to make the best of this opportunity.
And Zemke there, again, the beater play, really quality here for the side of Minneapolis, but now we get a fast break opportunity, the shot, and the score, a great shot by Tyler Piper.
Yeah, maybe that's how Indy can get back into this game. Some timely shots from Tyler Piper here in game 2, just kind of reversing the narrative and finding his accuracy here.
10-6, Minneapolis. We are nearing the end of regulation. Persons, Bassard, Eleanor Peterson on the offensive end, Quaffle with O'Banner. The shot does miss. O'Banner is able to get it before the out of bounds, but it's honestly, patience from Dustin Minnick.
Yeah, Dustin Minnick has been really good today for the Indianapolis Intensity. One of their young players, developmental project in the beater game, done really well for Ball State these past couple years, and now able to show out for the Intensity program.
20 minutes! 20 minutes!
This will be the last possession. Walters and Mary Owen on the far side. Miller on the close. O'Banner with the defensive block, but it's Miller that gets a rebound. Minneapolis converts the defensive possession. We are past 20 minutes. I don't believe there's a call. Perhaps there is.
Yeah, Miller just not able to stuff the quaffle through the hoops there.
Yeah.
Good defensive play again from the Monarchs around the hoops. Refs, I believe, are discussing something in the beater game right now. Indy beater Matt Brown is asking them to consider.
All right, no call. The end of regulation. The score, 60 Indianapolis, 100 Minneapolis. Set score will be 160 as we are gonna go to a timeout. I mean, the swarm defense of this Monarch squad, no pun intended, is really what's impressing me here. We didn't see it a lot in game one. Yes, there are flashes here and there, but game two, I mean, so many rebounds around the hoop, so many multiple blocks in single possessions.
Yeah, and it's been frustrating for the Intensity here, I think. They're really trying to find a way to break down this Minneapolis zone defense. But let's not forget, Indy entered game one up in the snitch game, and Minneapolis came back, so the Intensity are going to want to look to do the same to the Monarchs here in game two and mount a bit of a run. Maybe things just change up a little bit with our snitch entering play, and the Intensity can figure something out in the beating game. They have such great athletes in the beating game.
Yeah.
They can certainly fly back and forth between the snitch and the quaffle game and maybe generate some momentum there.
You bring up a great point. I mean, with the bludger focus maybe that Indianapolis brought into this game two, perhaps if they can continue that dominance into snitch on pitch, get back bludger control, and then hold it like they were able to at the beginning of game two, here at the game two, that's where I think they perhaps find their opportunity and commit one of their bludgers to defending this. Honestly, this surge from the quaffle play of Minneapolis, stuff some of those plays, get them tired, have them run into bludgers constantly, and then look to counterattack.
Yeah, it definitely has been a surge from the Minneapolis Monarchs, who just look like they're feeding off the energy of each other and really just feeling the momentum in favor of their team right now.
Yeah. Richard, on the defensive end, this game too has really come alive. Bringing alongside, I mean, Dustin Minnick as well, showing up here in the later minutes of these plays. I mean, offensively, defensively, everything working for the beater play here for Indianapolis. It's just whether they can coordinate with the quaffle play. But honestly, when it comes to snitch on pitch, maybe it's not coordination, it's just sheer chaos.
Yeah, and maybe that favors Indianapolis a little bit.
With the way we've seen them game two.
Yeah, with some players in the game, like Tad Walters, who like to kind of run and gun.
Yeah.
Maybe just a little bit more chaos is what the doctor ordered.
And with Peachy, as strong as he's looked so far in game 1 and 2, that physicality, I mean, he feels like the one to have the biggest impact for this Intensity squad.
Yeah, definitely. And you're going to look for composure from Peachy, too, on the ball to make the right plays around the hoops and finish wisely so that they're not wasting possessions. That'll be big for the Intensity.
Go back. 10.
All right.
Okay. Like right now, we're going to
Minneapolis with the quaffle.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Bludger control favoring Minneapolis for now. Persons with the quaffle. Off to the side, Eleanor Peterson to O'Banner. Is beat there. Indianapolis with the first positive play of end game, looking to transition that offensively.
Yeah, that's a good start for Indy on defense. Mike Devine did get a close look at the snitch there.
Mary Owen to the top of the key, Peachy to the backside with Walters. On the other side, Hannah Miller as the free chaser. Owen to Peachy. Peachy looks for the shot, gets the rebound, but is beat before. Defensive possession, but this is bludger control to Indianapolis. Another heads-up play by Dustin Minnick. That Walters creating some chaos as well. You mentioned it. He loves it.
Yeah, just too forced there on 2 plays. Peachy trying to shoot just through too many bodies, I think, there. And Walters trying to make Bassard aware of his presence. But maybe a play that uses energy that could be more conserved for getting goals on the board.
Sometimes, though, if it works out, it can really ignite the team. Yes,
Definitely.
You sacrifice your own energy, but the rest of the team really benefits. Now, pressure here from Indianapolis. Bassard on the side. Looking at a bludger, though, Matthew Brown on the defensive end. Perhaps a call. Okay, it looked like Bassard might have stepped out.
I think maybe the bludger came into the play as Mary Owens was wrapping up Matthew Bassard.
I see.
That's the kind of play that can get your bench energized.
Okay, but we've got no bludgers until now. Gracie Johnson does recover, but it's deep. Peachy able to get to the quaffle after Persons trips up. Great hit by Bassard, but no wrap means a dunk on the small hoop. Peachy brings it down.
Yeah, Bassard's got to use 2 hands there on the tackle of Peachy. Peachy, just too easy for him to spin out and get to the hoops. Great attempt by Emma Persons to intercept. Again, just really solid awareness of what the opposing team is trying to do. Just unable to come up with the quaffle, though.
Richard and Yakub for the beaters on Indianapolis. Devine with a good look at the seeker. No good on the shot. Peterson with the quaffle between the legs. Bludger's going to clear it out. Now it's the opposite end. Looking on the defensive end, there are no bludgers. This is an opportunity for Indianapolis. Peachy's got to look for it. Bludger is back, but it hits O'Banner, so it's slow. Pass is made. Walters has to pass back. Peachy with the ball. Shot is good. Another score for Indianapolis.
And that's a really smart play from the intensity. Just making the extra pass sometimes, not relying on a single cut, but using the give and go to draw a beat and then create a little bit of a window. That's going to be the formula for the intensity if they're going to get back into this game. It's 100 to 80 now. So they've made up 2 goals.
Yeah, and with a snitch catch, they're in the lead. Like this is exactly.
That's very true.
That's the excitement of the end game. It really can swing on a moment's notice. Just a matter of how much you commit. And Minneapolis has no bludgers, but with the quaffle, they're looking to delay, hoping that they can get that bludger back before the turnover. Persons delaying. Yakub on the defensive end. I mean, they still have it. Peterson now with the quaffle.
Great tackle from Kaylee Fugate.
Fugate on the defensive end, but Minneapolis did their job. They bought time for that bludger to come back. They were allowing Ben Schluter to get that bludger back in the hands of Gracie Johnson on defense, preventing the fast break, and as we get a stoppage of play.
Yeah, and now maybe Indianapolis is starting to work their way back into the game. Guess where? On the defensive end, with some tackles, with some recoveries and rotations and beats, timely beats.
And physicality.
Exactly. And they're starting to feel just a little bit better about themselves, a little bit more confident as they bring the quaffle up the hoops now.
I think a bad connotation, whenever you say that physicality is playing a big role, a lot of people equate that to just like nose to the grindstone, nobody else exists, you're just making the singular play.
Not at all.
But everything seems so heads up right now. We saw the extra pass that made it that was so impactful on the other end is we've got more now, honestly. Walters looking on the far side, and it's good! A great tip-in from who else but Fugate. stops them on the defensive end and scores on the offensive.
Yeah, and we have a 30-0 run right now by the Indianapolis Intensity, doing exactly what Minneapolis did in game 1, which is come back in the end game, use the snitch as a little bit of a distraction for the winning team, and Minneapolis has still not scored since the snitch came out.
Carlson checking back in, O'Banner on the far side, Persons on the close, Max Meyer behind. Meyer with the ball. Looking to create space, back to O'Banner. He's got Carlson to his left. Yakub with the lone bludger on their side of the field. Minneapolis has bludger control. Carlson with the shot up and gets it. That top hoop, so bountiful for this Minneapolis squad.
Yeah, that's a really great shot from Terry Carlson over the head of Tad Walters, who is a taller member of the Intensity, but Carlson was able to sneak it through. That shot is right on the money.
Combo breaker. I mean, a huge run from Indianapolis, stopped in its tracks by just great half-court offense, something Minneapolis has been focusing on a lot in the last few weeks of practice.
Yeah, definitely. One bludger, two bludger, they've definitely been working on how to break that down.
Yep. Walters with the quaffle. Looking at two bludgers, though, and no help. Has to use the first reset, their only reset. Podolski pressuring Yakub, keeping them at bay. Gracie Johnson now holding the bludger. Richard on the offensive end, Indianapolis's bludger. Looking to get control. Yakub, Richard, trying to find an opening. Gracie Johnson with a great catch. That's going to give Minneapolis an opportunity to press. They do exactly that. The bludgers are flying. Walters is hit. Now we look on the offensive end. Who else? Terry Carlson picks it up. It's 2-on-2 and a stop. Tad Walters on the defensive end, and it's another one. A great effort. O'Banner now picks it up, and his score is made. Not to be outdone, O'Banner puts it through.
Yeah, what a defensive effort from Tad Walters, but just not enough to stop Alexander O'Banner there on the offensive end. Just sticks with the play and fights through the tackles to get points on the board for Minneapolis. It's 120-90 now.
Set score 160. We are 40 points away if you're Minneapolis. 70 points away if you're Indianapolis. Horsham with the quaffle. Barry Owen with the quaffle now, passing back. Tyler Piper on the defensive end with the stop, but offensively turns it over. Max Meyer stripping him.
Yeah, and I think Indy just has to have a little bit more respect for the shot blocking ability of the Minneapolis Monarchs. Just not an easy team to get a pass or a shot around. They have active hands. They're going to be flying at you, looking to swat the quaffle down. Just really well coached from the Monarchs.
Maroic and Brown, beaters on the side of Indianapolis. With bludger control, Podolski trades, but that's not a favorable one. The press is made. Meyer on the backside has to look at a bludger. Does dodge it though. This is an opportunity. You've got like 3 seconds. The shot is good. He doesn't need 3, he needs 1.
Yeah, and a mini run from Minneapolis themselves. 3 goals in quick response from the Minneapolis Monarchs. And this game is back to a 4-goal lead for Minneapolis.
Horsham. The ball slipping and having to bat it for the pass. Oh, a great tackle there on the defensive end. Cam drops. More physicality from this Monarch squad coming off the bench. Horsham now. Once again. Fugate on the right side. Miller on the left. Fugate with the ball. Miller puts it through. A great pass there from Peachy.
And that's textbook from the Indianapolis Intensity. Beater Mike Moralic was calling for it. He was asking for the quaffle to come to Miller. because he was camped out on that far hoop, ready to beat out the opposing chaser from the Minneapolis defense. That's what we want to see more of from the Indianapolis intensity on offense, to clear out the opposing chasers on defense.
O'Banner to the backside. Great shot there. Beautiful pass, beautiful catch, beautiful score. Sidney Stomez doesn't do it just on defense. Finally gets on the board offensively.
Absolutely, and restores that 4-goal advantage.
No
goal
good?
Was
no
good.
good.
We missed the call. Thank you, score table.
The hoop twisting there deceiving me at least. I got so excited there. A couple shots at it now, she's had Stomez, but that one, the closest thus far. Minneapolis with bludger control now, thanks to a great catch by Narveson. Walters on the backside, just trying to buy time. Narveson stops the bludger. Advincula now. Yes, you got the quaffle back, Narveson, but it's Advincula with bludger control, unless the strip. Meyer makes a great seven-yard shot as they extend the lead, 140 to 100.
Yeah, and just an untimely beater substitution for the Indianapolis intensity there, as Harold Advincula was making a play for bludger control and threw one back, but his beater partner Matt Brown was subbing for Danny Yakub, and Max Meyer was able to jump on the quaffle and go the other way for the goal.
Walters back in. Murphy at the top of the key. Owen on the far side. Peachy behind. Yakub flanking with the bludger. Advincula as well. Narveson stuck between a rock and a hard place, having to make a choice.
Yeah, it's a hoop defense from Minneapolis now. They played some 2-2, but now they've switched to one chaser on each hoop.
Oh. Constrict onto their own hoops, and that was the opportunity for the pass and the shot. Execution not quite there. The heat, the game time, honestly, the fatigue starting to get to these players. It's coming down to grit.
Yeah, as Tad Walters subs in at seeker for Indianapolis, they're going to look to find a jolt of energy maybe with a snitch catch.
O'Banner to Bassard. Narveson able to get the beat. Yakub on the receiving end again. Opportunity to pass. The shot is good. There, we finally got it. Sidney Stomez on the board. I wanted to say again, but for the first time now, a couple of shots so close, now we get there.
And Minneapolis,
1 goal away.
After weathering a 3-goal run from Indianapolis to start the end game, is now up 5 goals, 150 to 100. They are 1 goal away from winning this game, winning the series, and taking the 1 seed in the western half of the North Division.
Murphy to the far side. Owen with the quaffle. Miller also at the top. Murphy to Miller. Miller on the right side. Peachy on the backside. Back to Murphy. Murphy to Owen. Buying time. Narveson with the bludger is able to maintain control. Back to Peachy, but that's right in the face of Nicole Nelson, who creates the bad pass, honestly. Bassard picking up the quaffle and looking the other way. This could be the game. Bassard looking for the pass, is able to complete it, and that's 2 games, and you said it, the first seed in the western half. Jack Stelner with the score. That is a game-winning score for this Minneapolis squad. 2 games in a row, and the series, and they are hyped.
Yeah, the Minneapolis Monarchs have secured the 1 seed heading into the North Division Championship in South Bend next weekend. They will meet the Rochester Whiteout for the North Division crown. And this is a tough loss for the Indianapolis Intensity program, but so much joy for the Minneapolis Monarchs.
And I can't state how close it felt,
yeah.
Honestly. Our backs are to the scoreboard the whole time. We're having to kind of check back for scores, and really, for the gap that it ended at, it wasn't like that throughout the game. So much improvement from the beater side of Indianapolis, especially at the beginning of game 2 and at the beginning of Snitch on Pitch, we were looking for it and we found it. But it's the chaser play, the quaffle play out of Minneapolis that stepped up perhaps even more.
Yeah, Indy was really able to fight their way back into the game at the start of endgame, but just weren't able to keep up the momentum as Minneapolis switched to a hoop defense. And with the exception of one really good play from Mike Morowick, who recognized what Minneapolis was playing defensively, Indy just not able to break down that three-hoop defense that Minneapolis threw at them in the closing stages.
All right, well, that's it for game 2. Minneapolis securing the series, but not the 3-0 as of yet. Indianapolis looking to take the final game and prevent the sweep heading into game 3.
Just end the stream.
We're going to go to break. We're going to end stream, and then we will be right back in about 20 minutes for game 3.
5:45 game start.
5:45 is the game start. Thank you, Nick. I can't see anything.
I also can't.
We're still here as we the sun is so bad I can't see, but hey, great call.
Thanks.
Amazing call.
Apologies.